Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used with.
President Buhari extends tenure of Inspector General of Police for 3 months.
While I'll be looking forward to a more robust engagement with young people across the country,
Federal government advocates robust youth participation in critical economic sectors for national development.
Digital innovation and digital entrepreneurship. These are the two prerequisites of building an indigenous digital economy.
Plus, government bolsters efforts for innovations, begins building of a tech hub in Abuja. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on NTA Network News. I'm Cyril Stover in Abuja. Jennifer Igwe joins me from Lagos, and later on we'll link up with Gabriel Amunike in Port Harcourt. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the extension of the tenure of the Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, for a period of 3 months. The Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Maigari Ingyadi, announced this while briefing journalists after an audience with the President.
Mr. President has decided that the present IGP, Mohammed Adamu, will continue to serve as the IG for the next 3 months to allow for a robust and efficient process of appointing a new IG. I think this is not unconnected with the desire of Mr. President to not only have a smooth handover, but to also ensure that right officer is being appointed into that position.
The minister used the opportunity to respond to reports in the social media on the appointment of a new Inspector General of Police.
It's one of those social media stories that one cannot control. And I think from what I've told you now, you can classify that information appropriately.
In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has forwarded the names of the immediate past service chiefs to the Senate as non-career ambassadors designate. In a letter to Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, President of the Senate, the President said, quote, in accordance with Section 171, subsection 1, 2C and subsection 4 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, I have the honor to forward for confirmation by the Senate the underlisted 5 names of nominees as non-career ambassadors designate. End of quote. The nominees are General Abayomi G. Olonishakin, retired, Lieutenant General Tukur Y. Buratai, retired, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, retired, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, retired, and Air Vice Marshal Mohammed S. Usman, retired. The President urged the Senate to give expeditious consideration to the nominations. A deliberate strategy on how to better drive a more robust youth inclusion and participation in critical economic sectors towards achieving a greater Nigeria is to be fine-tuned by the federal government. President Buhari, who stated this at an audience with APC youth representatives, expressed the conviction that if the wisdom and experience of the old can be combined with the energy and foresight of the young, the nation's trajectory and the path to sustainable future can only be enhanced. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the report.
if you wanted to see something different, you have to be willing to do something different.
As future leaders and most productive segment of the society, President Muhammadu Buhari insists that the young people owe Nigeria the responsibility of deploying their energy and creativity in various fields of endeavor to come up with national development innovations in tandem with the changing dynamics of the world.
While I'll be looking forward to a more robust engagement with young people across the country, I wish to emphasize to you that in me, you have a major supporter. I will offer you my full support to grow in politics, public service, entertainment, entrepreneurship, and many other sectors, because I know that the future we envisage as a country cannot happen without our youth.
The president said he is not unmindful of the daily toils and sacrifices they make towards defending and promoting the APC, and indeed the government assuring them that their efforts shall not be in vain. He, however, reminded the young people that their future is closely tied to the progress that leaders who emerge through the political parties are able to deliver, hence the need to take advantage of the ongoing membership drive of the APC to get registered.
Tell your colleagues to go back to their constituencies and join in party registration, attend party meetings, pay your dues, make contributions, and bring your youthful energy and zeal to bear on the development of the party, right from the unit and ward level up to national.
This, President Buhari said, is the only way the young people can determine who represents them, and not some leaders somewhere believing firmly that politics is a game of numbers and political power truly belongs to the people. The National Youth Representatives APC Caretaker Committee, Mr. Ismail Ahmad, had appreciated the president for always giving quick response to issues that affect young people in the country, which include the N-Power project, the 75 billion naira youth fund, and various interventions that stimulate entrepreneurship and cushion the effect of COVID-19.
This is our time, this is our opportunity, Mr. President. You stand taller than most of your peers and your colleagues in terms of integrity. Be the bridge that will help the young people to participate in every level of politics, be it in governance and politics and political party, so that sooner than later, Mr. President, we learn the mechanics of leadership and will be able to pull ourselves by our bootstraps. And then you, Mr. President, will have the singular legacy of able to create the humongous pool of young people as future leaders as we go along.
Mr. Ismail Ahmed, who is also the Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Social Investment Program, made a strong case for more youth inclusion in all committees of the federal government, since young people constitute more than 60% of the population, and the creation of a Youth Development Commission. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And more politics now. 7 lawmakers in the Ogun State House of Assembly elected on the platform of the Allied People's Movement, APM, including the minority leader, have defected to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The Speaker, Ogun State House of Assembly, Olakunle Oluomo, announced their defection during the House plenary in Abuja, the state capital. Yemida Limo reports.
Defection of the lawmakers. At the plenary, the Speaker, Ogun State House of Assembly, Olakunle Oluomo, said the leadership qualities and good governance by the Dapo Abiodun-led administration in the state attracted the lawmakers in taking the decision. He expressed conviction that more politicians from the oppositions are coming into the fold of the ruling All Progressive Congress in the state.
Together to achieve the goal of the government of President Dapo Abiodun. More cooperation, advancement in the policy of government, the necessary support that to make the state to go forward.
The lawmakers said they took the decision after wide consultation with leaders and constituents of their former political party.
Those of us from APM that we willingly said that we are moving to APC, it took time to ensure that he accepted us, and we are all one.
We have seen the fact that we cannot continue without adding our own value to the development of the state.
With the defection, the 26-member House now consists of 22 APC members, 3 African Democratic Congress, ADC, and a member from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. In Abuja, Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
In the meantime, the All Progressives Congress, APC in Gombe State, has held a caucus meeting to prepare party members for a successful membership registration and revalidation exercise in the state. Emmanuel Akila reports that the meeting was conducted peacefully.
A calm atmosphere at the banquet hall Government House Gombe as APC members sit in compliance with the COVID-19 protocol to discuss the ongoing membership registration and revalidation exercise across the country. Party stalwarts took turns to speak on the ideals upon which the APC is founded, commending members and supporters for upholding the party's democratic principles of unity, fairness and justice in the state, calling for a demonstration of these ideals during the registration and revalidation exercise.
All party members and the executives are here. You've never heard of any rancor or misunderstanding in APC. So we are one solid family and we are ready for whoever thinks he can come and destroy us.
I'm calling for new members. The door is open for them. They should join APC.
The Registration and Revalidation Committee educates the party members and those intending to register as new members on the process, looking at the unity and peaceful disposition of the party in the state. Political office holders, elected and appointed from the national and state levels, including Nigeria's ambassador to Malaysia, Hajara Salim, were in attendance to give credence to the membership registration and revalidation exercise that will begin in the state on the 9th of February 2021. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
There's been a significant reduction of gas flaring in Nigeria in the last couple of years, down to about 12% from 65%. The House of Representatives Committee on Gas Resources, during an interaction with the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas, said more opportunities need to be created as byproducts can be reused in other industries. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
The Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas is a public-private joint venture, 49% of which is owned by the federal government. Nigeria ranks number 9 globally among countries with huge gas reserves and is currently the 6th largest exporter of the resource. The House Committee on Gas Resources at this meeting with the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas Company Limited noted NLNG's immense contribution to the economy through revenue generation, development of technology and research, in addition to job creation. It was of the opinion that now is the time to strategically reposition it in order to harness its potentials.
The House Committee on Gas Resources is committed to supporting initiatives that will aid to accelerate investments in the production and processing gas with a view to consolidating Nigeria's gas export opportunities and, more importantly, to enhance massive gas penetration and utilization of the domestic market.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NLNG, Tony Atta, said the domestic gas consumption is put at 1 million tons per annum and is projected to triple in the next 5 years.
It's easy to see how competition has come in, supply is growing, and the market is moving. Both sides agree that putting in place enabling laws for development of gas infrastructure will further enhance investments and growth. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Efforts to bolster an innovative ecosystem where young innovators and startups can work, play and learn how to create indigenous technologies are beginning to bear fruit. It would seem that the federal government, through the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, is pushing for the emergence of more tech hubs with the building of its own National Digital Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center. ICT correspondent Joseph Johnson was at the groundbreaking ceremony and now reports.
Another digital edifice is about to be erected here at a time Nigeria is fostering innovation and knowledge-based ventures.
The National Digital Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center is yet another giant stride of the federal government towards the realization of the vision of transforming Nigeria into a leading digital economy in Africa. This is just a groundbreaking ceremony, but on completion of the project, entrepreneurs, young innovators and startups are expected to have a one-stop shop where they can link technology hubs across the country.
Digital innovation and digital entrepreneurship. These are the two prerequisites of building an indigenous digital economy. Without promoting our indigenous digital innovation on one hand, and also promoting our indigenous digital entrepreneurship.
And for us to create and get value in digital economy, we need to promote innovation and entrepreneurship in the digital space.
Recall that in 2020, the ministry inaugurated the National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, and now this is underway. With the trajectory, experts here believe that Nigeria's digital journey is now more than ever decisive, especially as it is in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy for a Digital Nigeria. But the eventual execution and management of these laudable projects will largely determine how sustainable or otherwise it would be in the long run. Joseph Johnson, NTA News.
The network news is coming to you live on the network service of the NTA. We'll take some messages. The news continues shortly.
Fellow Nigerians, the opportunity we've been waiting for is here. The ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has commenced membership registration and revalidation exercise.
This is why the chairman, APC Mobilization and Sensitization Committee for Youths, Women and People Living with Disabilities, His Excellency Alhaji Yahaya Bello, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, is calling on all Nigerians, especially youth, the Sorosoke generation, to register and join the APC in the party's membership registration and revalidation exercise that has already commenced.
The exercise is currently ongoing at all polling units across the country, beginning from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily.
For more information, visit our website at www.officialapc.org.
APC is the only party that offers Nigerian youths the best political platform to achieve their dreams of a prosperous nation.
Join us to move Nigeria forward.
I am Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, Chairman, Youths, Women and People Living with Disabilities Mobilization and Sensitization Committee of the APC Membership Registration and Revalidation Exercise 2021, and I approve this message.
Mimi, where's your mommy?
A major part of being a parent is being present.
I struck out, and the winner is Mimi Idris.
Stay in the picture and be the parent you want to be. Call 0700 AXA Mansard today to speak to an AXA financial advisor.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it. Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen.
Teacher, a fellow one country. Teacher, a fellow one country. Omoni recite.
Ajebona better school for last gidi. Not be all this on a rugged yes school for Ijabi. I don't know for you.
Second, it's called Oja Village. Kadesi. We know happy at all.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders too. Hey, we are trying, shall we? Sweep her leg out. She was standing there. Sweep it.
I love you so much.
And how did I give you the impression that I was interested in that position?
50-year anniversary.
You mean anniversary?
I talk with that now.
Not for me. You want make I die? Not for me because of Pamio.
Arsenal will seek revenge against Aston Villa after their loss to their opponents at the Emirates Stadium last time out. Will they succeed, or will Villa do the double over the Gunners this season? Find out this Saturday when Aston Villa welcome Arsenal to Villa Park on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 1 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Gold.com.
Health experts and other stakeholders in the sector have called for the integration of cancer services, including pain relief and other benefit packages in social insurance schemes to boost universal health coverage in Nigeria. This comes as Nigeria joins in the commemoration of the 2021 World Cancer Day. Basi Taipang reports that the theme of this year's celebration, I Am and I Will, marks the end of the 3-year campaign, which seeks to reduce fear, increase understanding, and change behaviors and attitudes around cancer.
20 years now, new cancer cases have doubled in the African region, from 338,000 cases reported in 2002 to almost 846,000 cases in 2020. The most common types of cancer, experts say, include cancer of the breast, cervix, prostate with older age and family history, use of tobacco and alcohol as some of the risk factors.
Everybody in this contest is a stakeholder, and we must all be seen to make very proactive efforts to ensure that we keep on fighting.
All what we do, we have to sensitize, we have to advocate for them to know that these cancers are preventable. And one way of doing that is screening.
In many communities in Africa, people have limited access to cancer screening and early detection, diagnosis and treatment. As report shows, an estimated 30% of African children diagnosed with cancer survive, compared to 80% of children in high-income countries.
It is disheartening to note that cancer kills 1 out of 6 people that die worldwide. And many of these cancers are preventable.
The world marks another Cancer Awareness Day. Experts say everyone has a role to play in reducing stigma around cancer, improving understanding of this disease, and encouraging people to seek early screening and care. Basi Taipang, NTA News.
Meanwhile, experts insist that adequate infrastructure to cater for the number of trained medical personnel in health facilities in Nigeria will help retain these professionals. They made the submission while discussing the 2021 World Cancer Day on Good Morning Nigeria. Daniel Aderi tells us more.
Nigerian National Cancer Control Plan says 102,000 new cancer cases are being diagnosed annually. These guests add that apart from collaboration between public and private sectors, research specific to Africans and Nigerians must urgently be embarked upon.
Since we have focused attention on the men for the first time, I'll admit, we will be able to get their buy-in to allow us to screen the women, diagnose the women more, and in fact treat them. Because as we all know, we have cultural issues. The women find it difficult to come to the hospital without the permission of their husband.
Concerning the policymakers, that is the parliamentarians,
The funding of the primary health centers is a very important priority for the policymakers in terms of funding.
They also called for sanctions against acts or practices that lead to cancer, such as lifestyle, as well as attitudinal excesses.
We don't just have sanctions for anything that we do. So people get away with all sorts of things. And that is why it is catastrophic. If people are doing unholy things, they should be brought to books.
We want to see a situation whereby fewer people get cancers in Nigeria, fewer people die from it, and those that have the disease have a better quality of life.
They urged Nigerians to embrace the culture of regular health checkups, which in turn help with early detection of cancer. In Abuja, Daniel Adiriye, NTA News.
18 inmates of the Nigerian Correctional Service studying with the National Open University of Nigeria Corrections Special Study Centers have graduated with various degree certificates. According to the Service Public Relations Officer Francis Enobore, the Acting Controller General of Corrections, John Murabure, urges them to see the educational advancement as a stepping stone to a brighter future. He urges them to shun antisocial behavior capable of tainting the new course of positive life they've chosen for themselves and be good ambassadors of both the correctional service and the university. A total of 3,000 inmates are currently undertaking degree programs with the National Open University of Nigeria, while 50 are in National Certificate in Education NCE with Iyewa College of Education, Ogun State. The service now has 12 special study centers and different custodial facilities across the country, with a total of 36 inmates graduating in different fields. Primate of the Anglican Church of Nigeria, Most Reverend Henry Ndukuba, is optimistic the challenges confronting Nigeria, including insecurity and coronavirus pandemic, will soon be history. The religious leader was speaking while interacting with the governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru Ahmed El-Rufai. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports.
This is the second visit in recent time by Most Reverend Henry, leading delegation to Kaduna to meet minds with Governor El-Rufai on critical matters of national significance.
The issue of state police, and we need to look into it in order to secure the lives and property of the people and of the communities. Whatever has a beginning has an end. And we are trusting God that Nigeria will enjoy peace.
Governor El-Rufai calls for calm for the interests of unity and progress of the nation.
We need to calm down. In every ethnic group, in every religion, there are good people and bad people. And we should not, because of the activities of a few bad elements, call an entire ethnic or religious group by a criminal appellation. This is my appeal. And those of us that have a responsibility for law and order, for ensuring peaceful coexistence, should rise up to the occasion.
The governor appeals to religious leaders to help with prayers towards overcoming the challenges. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
Sector 4 Command of the National Border Drill Operations has intercepted smuggled items worth over 150 million naira along Katsina axis. Co-coordinator of the drill, Controller of Customs, Aliyu Alhaji Mohammed, disclosed this to newsmen while displaying the seized contraband in Katsina. Shehu Adamu reports.
Since the commencement of the National Border Drill Operations in the year 2019 in the country, the fight against smuggling of contraband and illegal importation of arms and ammunition through the land borders continued to yield positive results. To this end, the Sector 4 Command of the Border Drill Operations intercepted smuggled items worth over 4 billion naira within 1 year of the exercise. Coordinator of the drill, Comptroller of Customs Aliyu Alhaji Mohammed, said within January this year alone, the operatives of the drill intercepted 1,312 bags of foreign rice of 50 kilograms each, 854 liters of PMS, 990 kilograms of substance suspected to be cannabis sativa, 78 bales of used cloth of 200 kilograms each, as well as a smuggled Toyota Hilux.
And for those who has warehouses or who are using their own personal houses to keep these people who are bringing these illegal items. We are ready for them. We now have a marching order. We are going to use our section 8 of the SEMA, Custom and Excise Management Act, that give me power to come and knock a house if I suspect, not even say excuse, just to bang a house and pack items.
Comptroller Aliyu Alhaji Muhammad reminded the public that the temporary reopening of some land borders are for human movements, not importation. In Katsina, Shehu Adamu, NTA News.
And from the Judiciary, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered the forfeiture of a house valued at 60 million naira belonging to a House of Representatives member, Angela Dima, over a failed surety involving Faisal Maina, son of Abdurrashid Maina, who was granted a 60 million naira bail with a surety in like sum. The federal lawmaker is forfeiting his Abuja mansion in lieu of the 60 million naira bond he entered while standing surety for the defendant alleged to have fled the country to the U.S. Justice Okon Abang gave the ruling following an application by the EFCC Prosecution Counsel Muhammad Abubakar, who informed the court that Faisal has jumped bail. In another development, the Federal High Court in Abuja has awarded the sum of 150,000 naira to the federal government against Lawali Bakari, the second defendant in the ongoing trial of Omoyele Shure. Justice Ijoma Ojukwu granted the order following the failure of the second defendant to appear in court. The case has been adjourned to the 28th of March for continuation of trial. A federal high court has adjourned the suit filed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) challenging the defection of former Speaker House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara to the All Progressives Congress (APC). Omenka Amarachuku has more.
There were media reports in July 2020 that Yakubu Dogara, who represents Das Tafabelewa Bagoro Federal Constituency, had cross-carpeted to the APC. His defection is being challenged by the PDP under Section 68(1) of the 1999 Constitution, which mandates a party defector to vacate his legislative seats. At a resumed hearing, counsel to the PDP, APC, INEC and Dogara asked the court for extension of time within which to complete the process, since the current speaker, Favour Jabiamila, was not represented in the court.
It's like an aircraft you have taken off. Can you hang in the air without landing either at one party or the other? That is the question the court will determine. And the Constitution says you must belong to a political party. And that's the reason why this case is important. It is true that the Constitution does not recognize independent candidature. But the case they brought before the court is that my clients, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, who was elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, has cross-carpeted to the All Progressive Congress. And we are saying my client has not joined any political party. So as of today, he is not a member of either APC or PDP.
Meanwhile, Justice Okon Abang of the Federal High Court Abuja has struck out an alleged fraud charge of 900 billion against Abdullahi Shinkari and former governor of Zamfara, Abdulaziz Yari, for filing out of time. In Abuja, Omeka Marchuku, NTA News.
Lagos State government comes down hard on cultism. This and other stories from our Lagos Center, Jennifer Zagard. Hello, Jenny.
Now, incessant cult-related attacks and clashes have resulted in needless loss of lives and destruction of property in recent times. The quest to forestall this has necessitated various security measures, but Lagos residents say a strong legislation is required to create deterrence across the metropolis. Musa Toliat in this report takes a look at recent efforts made by Lagos State government and the state legislature to express zero tolerance for cultism in Lagos.
They unleash mayhem and compromise public peace as cultists continue to put security agents on their toes with their nefarious activities in the state. Although several arrests have been made, deterrence is at its lowest ebb. This reaction by the public stems from the recent cultism bill passed into law by the Lagos House of Assembly.
It has become a way of life, and we need to put a fight against it. And the step taken by the House of Assembly in terms of penalizing those who are involved in cultism and those who are aiding and abetting cultism is in order.
The law is good because cultism it should not be encouraged in our country.
Section 3 of the law does not only places outright ban on activities of cultists and related illegal societies, it also prescribes different jail terms for different involvement in cultism. Membership of a cult group attracts 21 years imprisonment, while a 15-year jail term awaits anyone who aids and abets cultism in form of allowing unlawful gathering in one's premises. A 15-year jail term also applies to anyone who intimidates or compels people to join a cult group.
That a bill for a law to provide for the prohibition of unlawful societies and cultism in Lagos State and for other connected purposes be passed into law. All in favor say aye. Those against me, the ayes have it.
The law describes society as unlawful if its members carry out illegal and destructive activities contrary to safety and peace of the public. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
Now, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has condoled with the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, over the loss of her mother. The Speaker described the loss as a personal one, being a relative of the family. Dotun Oguyemi reports.
Although the remains of late Alaja Sadiat Agbeke Erugbobo has been committed to Mother Earth, the huge vacuum created by her demise remains painful to the family. But having lived up to 90 years, her passing is a celebration of life. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, while commiserating with the family, described the late teacher and businesswoman as a mother and woman of many legacies.
It's not something we're going to mourn, it's something we're going to celebrate, because not everybody is privileged to live that long. Some are privileged to live long, but with a low quality of life. Some have a great quality of life, but do not live long. So when you have a rare combination of living long and having a great life, it's something that we must celebrate and thank God for.
She exhumed love, kindness, and her philosophy in life was this: in my life, I will not display evil or hatred against anybody. And that was her philosophy that guided her through. And then she died peacefully. I mean, grace of God. She just asked for tea, and then she smiled and said, I want to go to sleep.
I will describe Mama as a pan-Nigerian. She was born in Kano, she taught in Jos, she taught in Lagos, she was all over the place and interacted with virtually everybody across Nigeria. Mama is a pan-Nigerian, and today we are celebrating her life.
Officials of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission presented a condolence letter to the family on behalf of all staff members of the commission. In Lagos, Dotun Oguyemi, NTA News.
May her soul rest in peace. Time for a break now. Cyril Stober will continue afterwards from Abuja. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, making music for you is so easy for me to do. But you know what else is super easy to do? Linking your NIN to your Glow line by dialing *109*NIN#. Or I can call 109 from my Glow line and follow the instructions. And if I don't want to call, I can text my NIN to 109. I can even visit glowworld.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346# and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with zero hassles.
Glow Unlimited.
It is time for celebration. Oh. 30 years bustling with goodness. Eh. The
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it. Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
This is the Wilson family last week. This is the Wilson family this week. What's changed? What? The Wilson family got maximum entertainment for less, and now they're closer than ever. Your family can be too.
How does this work?
With world-class international channels that put the quality back in your quality time.
That's what I'm talking about.
GoTV Max will bring you and your family closer in no time. So upgrade to GoTV Max for only 2,999 naira today. Make you enjoy. GoTV. Love it.
Arsenal will seek revenge against Aston Villa after their loss to their opponents at the Emirates Stadium last time out. Will they succeed, or will Villa do the double over the Gunners this season? Find out this Saturday when Aston Villa welcome Arsenal to Villa Park on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 1 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Gold.com.
We're back in Abuja now and focus on value addition and development of local raw material sector as we join Chimobi Walter Naji on Business News. Chimobi, two key issues here for rapid industrialization: local raw materials, value addition. That's the key.
Of course, and this is basically you against the backdrop of the fact that the global pandemic has opened up a whole lot of areas for entrepreneurs to key into at this time.
So it's not all just bad news.
Of course.
Something good can come out of the pandemic.
Yes, Cyril.
Right.
And as the global community gradually opens their shores to commercial activities after months of complete lockdown, entrepreneurs in Nigeria are encouraged to pay premium attention to local needs and adjust their operations to suit their immediate environment. By these, stakeholders expect the commercial arena in Nigeria to encourage investment in local sourced raw materials, thereby promoting indigenous brands. This is against the backdrop of the fact that the global pandemic has opened up a lot of new ideas in the way things are done.
Quickly advise every other businessman to change his business strategies, to begin to invest in the things around him. I know a lot of business that shuts down due to the inavailability of foreign imports.
Really collapse a lot of businesses, companies, and what have you. That's why you see things are so difficult. A lot of people are trying to come up, are trying to thrive.
So before those changes and the inconsistency we set in, you will have been able to put them on paper, craft them out, analyze them on a regular basis. Also, attitude is very important. A successful entrepreneur must be an individual who is resolute.
And now to the capital market, where the bullish nature of the market in recent times could not be sustained today as the market closed bearish, shedding 0.51% after taking on an all-share index of 41,785.80 basis points. 4,753 deals were traded, valued at 7.98 billion naira. Market capitalization closed at 21.8 trillion naira. Now, the FBN Holdings, Guarantee, and Union Bank of Nigeria were among the top traded equities. And those are the businesses stories trending at this time. I'd want to hand over to Cyril for the rest of the news.
Right. Thank you, Chimobi.
Many thanks, Cyril.
Right. And it's cheering news for medium, small and micro enterprises as the federal government is set to roll out the last two schemes of the MSME's Survival Fund, which will dispense 150,000 naira grant each to additional 204,000 small businesses across the country. Minister of State, Industry, Trade and Investment, Mariam Katagum, at the launch of the scheme, says they are part of efforts to build and rejuvenate the economy amidst COVID-19. Moplang Dakok reports that the grants are totally free and non-refundable.
In July 2020, the federal government injected stimulus packages to support households and micro, small and medium enterprises to mitigate the impact of the coronavirus on citizens. As the second wave of the pandemic intensifies, Minister of State, Industry, Trade and Investment, Mariam Katagum, says government will again, from 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, 9th February 2021, open a new portal for the Guaranteed Takeoff Scheme and General MSME grants applications for 2 weeks.
The scheme will give preference to products produced in reasonably sufficient volumes in each state of the Federation, which have the proven propensity to create jobs and have a multiplier effect on the surrounding economy. These products include face masks, hand sanitizers, liquid soap, disinfectants, and processed food.
So far, more than 27 billion naira has been dispensed to 296,000 MSMEs across the country, and government is determined to reach another 204,000 MSMEs to make a total of 500,000 beneficiaries.
In fact, this is the first time in the history that we see a program being run by the federal government and which every Nigerian believes in it.
The purpose of the scheme is to stimulate direct local production by enabling 100,000 MSMEs for each of the schemes in the production sector. In Abuja, Moplang Dakok, NTA News.
Time now to join our Port Harcourt Network Center for more reports. Gabrielle, it's over to you.
And welcome to Port Harcourt. Towards improving the security situation at the Ogoni axis, the Rivers State government has handed over a standard police station to the Nigerian police. Receiving the edifice, Commissioner of Police Joseph Mukan promised to redouble effort to fish out hidden criminals around the area. Robinson Deratede tells us more.
Ogoni axis has been a major security concern to the people of Rivers State. Before the long arm of the law caught up with one of the notorious kidnap kingpin known as Bobrisky last year. To further decimate activities of criminals in the area, the Rivers State government built a standard police station at Popie in Gukana local council area. Apart from the administrative offices, the structure has a charge room as well as male and female cells. Others are a 4-bedroom apartment for the DPO and 8 blocks of 2-bedroom apartments for officers that would be deployed to the place.
And urge you to put it into very good use to ensure that every form of criminality and insecurity along this axis is terminated.
Commissioner of Police Joseph Mukan was appreciative of the gesture.
I want to assure you that we are going to police this axis to the best of our knowledge, and you will see results.
Officers will soon be deployed to mount the station. From Ogoni, River State, Robinson Deratede, NTA News.
Aggressive sensitization and enforcement of strict compliance with the COVID-19 protocols will go a long way to promote preventive behaviors among citizens and reduce the severity of the second wave of the pandemic. This is the view of some Nigerians on the second wave of the pandemic and the seriousness that citizens need to apply in the disease. Justina Etim reports.
Like any other viral disease, COVID-19 in its second wave is more difficult to tackle. At a time when the Nigeria Center for Disease Control is raising concerns over a second wave and accessing hope offered by the arrival of the vaccine still days ahead, how aware and serious are Nigerians in the handling of the second wave?
I don't joke with that. If you go to my car there, you see the hand sanitizer. I wash my hand as often as possible.
If you go to churches, they do follow some guidelines.
A drive round Calabar metropolis shows that while majority are adhering to the stipulated protocols, some have thrown caution to the wind by continuing to live their normal lives.
When you're going with masks like this, they even look at you like a mad person.
Others who have belief, and they believe that it is dangerous, and they are already following the measures given by the NCDC.
Health experts advocate strict adherence to protocols, especially now that the presidential executive order is in full force. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
That's all from Port Harcourt. Over to you, Cyril. Over.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Commission, Bobi Uyemi, is promising the establishment of more model driving schools as well as driver's license centers across the country to serve as veritable platforms to boost safety standards, thereby reducing road crashes. He made the pledge at the inauguration of the first ever model driving school and FRSC driver's license center at the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Wasiu Rauf has details.
The driving school and driver's license center have become a model for other tertiary institutions in Nigeria. At the instance of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State, the center is approved by the FRSC as a tool to raise the safety and training standard as well as operation in the transport sector.
I must commend the institution for collaborating with the State of Osun and the Federal Road Safety Commission to get these things done. It's impressive.
The two projects with stimulators and smooth operations include mini library as well as conference hall and computer system for processing of driver's license.
We have our Greek students here. We believe that they should be able to drive tractors, they should be able to drive all machineries that you use in the farm. So that motivated us, but in going into that, we realized that even the members of the community will also need these services.
The Corps Marshal had earlier met with the state governor, Boyega Oyetola, where the governor commended the FRSC for its constant innovation towards a better motoring on Nigerian roads.
So you've done a very wonderful job. We appreciate you.
Boboye Oyeyemi also took time off to address officers and men of the Osun State Command of the FRSC for their commitment to duty while soliciting more. In Oshogbo, Wasiu Rauf, NTA News.
The Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO, is reiterating its commitment to working harmoniously with government at all levels, particularly towards the economic growth of the country. Speaking at the 21st AGM, NATO President Yusuf Lawal Othman said as the biggest employer in the private sector, NATO will help Nigeria come out of the COVID-19-induced economic recession. Lydia Sampson reports.
As an association of all investors in the road transport business, particularly those engaged in the haulage of petroleum products, general cargo, as well as movement of passengers within Nigeria and West Africa, NATO was amongst the worst hit by the global COVID-19 restrictions last year, 2020. The AGM could not hold, and for annual meetings mandatory attended by members from across the country. The 2021 AGM reflect the new normal, and in line with the COVID-19 protocols, some members had to join the meeting virtually. President of the association says the leadership of NATO will continue to improve relationship with critical stakeholders for optimal performance in order to move the association forward.
Well, what we're going to see going forward is ensure that safety is much more in the forefront of our activity, because I'm sure by the end of this month all the vehicles that are not fitted with the safety belts will be out of use as per agreement with the federal government.
A cross-section of stakeholders who joined virtually reiterates the significant role NATO plays in the national economic value chain. They commended the association for sustaining product supply across the country, and their sentiments were also shared by those at the AGM.
We consider NATO as a formidable stakeholder in the industry.
So they have supported the economy. More or less, they are the willing party who have collaborated with us to ensure that the whole nooks and crannies of Nigeria are wet with petroleum products.
NATO is the sole transporter of fertilizer for the CBN Anchor Borrower Scheme, an assignment NATO says it takes very seriously. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Friends and family of the late engineer Benjamin Onwodi have continued to mourn the passing of the former staff of the NTA. Born on the 6th of April 1962, engineer Onwodi hailed from Iyagoshime village, Ebu Delta State. He attended Baptist Primary School in Surulere, Lagos, and moved on to Birch Freeman High School, also in Lagos. Soon after, he joined the Nigerian Television Authority in Lagos. Late engineer Onwodi attended several courses in engineering at the NTA College Jos and Ascot, Badagry. He also held a higher national diploma in electrical and electronics engineering from the Federal Polytechnic, Nasara. He was a member of Koren. A service of songs will be held in honor of the deceased on Monday, February the 8th in Surulere, Lagos, while a wake will hold in the Onwodi family compound in Ebu by 4 p.m. on Wednesday, the 10th of February. Late engineer Benjamin Onwodi will be buried in his family compound on Thursday, February 11th, immediately after a funeral mass. He is survived by an aged mother, a wife, children, sisters, brothers, and cousins. And the family of late Mrs. Sunday Victoria Abuja Igwe from Anara Isiala Mbano in Imo State, who died at 90, has announced that the final interment of the deceased will now hold on the 6th of February 2021 at the Abuja family compound. She is survived by many children and grandchildren, among whom is Mr. Gozie Abuja, a retired assistant manager of engineering at the NTA. And that concludes Network News Tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Cyril Stover. Good night.
Though social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification. But good social media users stop, reflect, and verify information before sharing it. Be a good social media user. Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source and use social media responsibly for a better Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
This is the network service of the NTA.
My dear party members, there comes a time when all good people must not only speak, but rise up and get involved in the task of improving their society. The need has never been greater than now for all Nigerians to actively contribute to the all-important task of nation building by bringing about good leadership and governance. For most citizens, their greatest weapon is their vote. Register now for your party and register when the time comes for elections. Political parties are the main vehicles under our laws through which citizens can participate in the ideals and practices of our democracy. As we have seen happening around the world, good citizens join political parties and use them to bring about the changes they desire. I am therefore endorsing the nationwide membership registration and the revalidation exercise embarked upon by our party, the All Progressive Congress. I call on patriotic Nigerians to come out during the exercise, which starts on the 26th of January, and avail themselves of the opportunity to join the APC. Thank you, and may God bless our country.
Hello, I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire. Teacher